Good afternoon and welcome to Prenton Park for a match which could have a major bearing on where this season's WSL title is heading. I'm Chris Slegg and thanks for joining me for live coverage of Liverpool against Manchester City in the Barclays Women's Super League. Having come within 4 minutes plus added time of taking a point off reigning champions Chelsea on Wednesday, Matt Beard's Liverpool are seeking to put a spoke in the wheel of another title challenger, Manchester City. With just 3 games to play, there's no margin for error for the visitors. News that leaders Manchester City are currently 3-0 up on Tottenham with around 25 minutes to go there means it looks like City will need to win here to bring the gap back to 3 points. The two Manchester clubs meet in a fortnight's time. And Liverpool, they are safely ensconced in mid-table in what's been a decent first season back in the top flight for them. Their performance against Chelsea in part made amends for last Saturday's 4-0 defeat to bottom club Leicester. Well, there's 2 changes for Liverpool. Japan international Fuka Nagano returns in midfield, so Miri Taylor drops to the bench while Katie Stengel replaces Shanice van der Sanden. Faye Kirby keeps her place in goal after an impressive WSL debut on Wednesday. And Manchester City boss Gareth Taylor keeps faith with the side that beat Reading 4-1 last time out. Up front, Khadija Shaw needs just 2 goals to become only the 3rd different player to hit 20 in a WSL season. And captain Steph Houghton's impressive form in central defence, combined with England's lengthening injury list, has led to talk of a possible recall in time for the World Cup. So what an afternoon in prospects. Liverpool did so much on Wednesday to restore faith among the fans and their manager Matt Beard that they are not on the beach safely in the middle of the table. They were showing that they are still playing for pride, still playing for as many points as possible and as high a finish as possible. A really creditable performance against Chelsea. For Manchester City, this is the business end of the season. They are one of 4 clubs still in the title race. And what would it mean to Steph Houghton to lead them to what would be their 2nd WSL title in the club's history? She was part of the champions Manchester Championship squad back in 2016. And the players ready themselves for the national anthem on this coronation weekend. For our viewers around the world, the national anthem being played there because King Charles III was crowned as the new King of the United Kingdom yesterday. And so the national anthem being played before all sporting fixtures in the country this weekend. And is there to be a right royal finish to the season for Manchester City? The players of both teams take the knee to highlight no room for racism and social inequality in football and wider society. That gesture continuing in the women's game throughout this season. Referee Jane Sims gets us underway at Prenton Park. Rhiannon Roberts getting back there for Liverpool, the number 4. It will be an early throw to Manchester City to be taken by Esme Morgan. Morgan strides forward towards the corner, plays it short to Hemp. Back with Coombs. City quickly into their passing stride in this opening minute. They zip the ball around so well when they get going. A slow start to this season, of course, and one they might be left to rue if they can't chase down this Manchester United lead, but they have been playing ever so well in recent weeks. Liverpool not yet entirely mathematically safe, but almost certainly safe. Bonner back to Kirby. Player of the match she was, Faye Kirby, the 23-year-old goalkeeper, on her WSL debut against Chelsea on Wednesday. Made a couple of fine saves. Chelsea going down to that late winner. Liverpool going down to that late winner from Chelsea's Sam Kerr. They took the lead, didn't they, in the second minute of that match, Liverpool. What a break it was, and a cross from Natasha Dowie, so well converted by Emma Koivisto. And as mentioned, it was the perfect response, the response that Matt Beard was demanding. Oh, and an early slip up here though by Kirby, and zipped over the top by Coombs, but what a save, what a recovery from Faye Kirby. A terrible clearance from the goalkeeper, almost gifting the chance to Coombs. But the Reds shot stopper doing so well to get back and palm it over the bar, because it looked like it was going to dip in. A really good finish that from Coombs. Didn't quite get the height on it to dip it over Kirby and into the back of the net. But a first corner of the afternoon for the visitors. Taken short and low to Hemp. Hasegawa. Kelly tries to get the cross, and it's blocked off of Kearns. Decent block by the Liverpool midfielder, and out for another corner. Greenwood takes it short to Kelly. And a third corner in quick succession. In it comes towards the near post, headed away. City keeping the pressure on in these early stages. And there is an injury here, which the referee, Jane Sims, is going to have to check on. It's the captain of Liverpool, Taylor Hines, who is just being assessed. Speaking of injuries, great to see the return to the squad of Niamh Fahy and Leanne Kiernan, two long-term injury absences for Liverpool. Republic of Ireland duo, who will both have hopes of making it into that squad for the World Cup this summer. Kiernan out since getting injured in the opening game. That shock 2-1 win over Liverpool, over Chelsea way back in September. And Fahy out, last playing at the end of January, but back in the squad this afternoon. Taylor Hines standing as captain for Fahy over recent weeks, and she's going to be okay to continue. She's got to leave the pitch, having received treatment. Just a reminder of how the table is looking as things stand right now. It looks almost certain that Manchester United are moving on to 50 points at the top of the table. They are 3-0 up on Tottenham with just over 15 minutes plus added time to play at Leigh Sports Village. So that would move them on to 50 points with 20 played. Behind them, City, as things stand, collecting a point here, 0-0. That would move them on to 45 with 20 played, if you consider that this game were to have ended at 0-0. Chelsea in third place. They, of course, play this evening at home to Everton. They'll kick off that game with 3 games in hand on United and City by that time, on 43 points. And Arsenal not yet out of it after Friday night's 1-0 win over Leicester, when a Hemp has got the ball off of Kirby, and she went to ground. Half-hearted appeals that she was caught. Kirby a little lucky there. Hemp bearing down on her. Angeldal plays it forward to Kelly. Brings it back towards Shaw, and it's behind Hemp this time. Kearns clears it for Liverpool. Dowie. And this will drift harmlessly out for a Manchester City throw to be taken by Horton. In fact, it'll be Morgan who takes this throw in for City. Arsenal on 41 points following Friday night's win. They've played 18, so they have 4 games left. Manchester City's next league fixture after this one will be away to Manchester United. What a game in prospect. And United, of course, have the small matter of their first FA Cup final next weekend. Hemp drifts it towards the far post. It's going to go all the way out for a throw-in on that far side. Manchester United against Chelsea next Sunday at Wembley. A sold-out Wembley in the FA Cup final. The Women's FA Cup final sold out for the first time. The first major final of Manchester United's history, perhaps the first major trophy, and then it will be back to the league campaign. Khadija Shaw dinks one over to the left-hand flank where Hemp picks it up and takes on Koivisto. Still has it, does Hemp, and appeals for the corner, which has been given. In comes the City corner towards the far post, and still in play. Greenwood tries to get there and is knocked over. Well, it was Horton, in fact, who was knocked over, but referee Jane Sims was given a goal kick. Liverpool's first season back in the top division. They came up as champions of the Championship last season. They are, of course, also former WSL title winners. In fact, they've won 2 to City's 1, haven't they? Champions under Matt Beard in his first spell here in 2013 and 2014. And Manchester City WSL title winners in 2016. Somewhat surprising given their success in recent years with Continental Cups and FA Cups, that Liverpool in fact do have more WSL titles to their name. Dowie back to Koivisto, who is muscled off the ball. And Greenwood has it here. Herself a former Liverpool player, Alex Greenwood. Horton out to Morgan, back to Greenwood. Finds Shaw, who was named CONCACAF Player of 2022 yesterday. The Jamaica international, Jamaica's record all-time leading goal scorer, named the Player of the Year for the North and Central American and Caribbean region. What an honour that for her. What a year it was, 2022, and continues to be in 2023. 18 WSL goals to her name in the 22-23 season so far. And only Sam Kerr twice and Viviana Miedemar once have ever reached the 20-goal tally in a WSL season. She has just under 3 games to make it to that mark. You certainly wouldn't bet against it, given her form Khadija Shaw. 22, the record in a season under Viviana Miedema. That is also within her sights in a season where, of course, Manchester City men's Erling Haaland has already set a new men's Premier League record for a season of 35. Could there be an individual double at this Manchester club, thanks to their esteemed forwards? Shaw brings it down here, lays it off to Angeldal, who is unable to keep the ball in. Scored her first WSL goal recently, didn't she, Filippa Angeldal, the Swede, with a delicious chip in the 2-0 win over Chelsea. When you look at the title run, and it's so hard to work out where the title is going to go. What a closing few weeks we have to the season. Chelsea against Everton tonight. On Wednesday, Chelsea at home to Leicester. Arsenal travel to Brighton. Free kick given here for the foul on Greenwood. He climbs back to her feet. No WSL fixtures next weekend because of the FA Cup final between Chelsea and Manchester United at Wembley. But a week on Wednesday, the 17th, it will be Everton against Arsenal, West Ham against Chelsea. Sunday the 21st, Chelsea against Arsenal in the lunchtime game, and Manchester United against Manchester City in the evening. Both those games on the penultimate weekend. You'd imagine that two teams might be knocked out of the reckoning that weekend. If there are wins in either of those games or both, you could see it boil down to a two-team race for the final weekend. Saturday the 27th, all 2:30 p.m. kickoffs UK time. Arsenal at home to Aston Villa, Liverpool at home to Manchester United, Manchester City host Everton, Chelsea travel to Reading. So those are the remaining fixtures, with four teams still going for the title in the final month of the season. As a neutral, you could barely ask for more. As a fan of any of those four clubs, the nerves over the coming weeks are going to be intense. Greenwood back to Roebuck. Dowie now for Liverpool. Too much on the pass for Koivisto to have any hope of getting there. Koivisto with the throw. Finds Stengel. Back to Bonner, former Manchester City player who also had a brilliant game against Chelsea in midweek, when she did so well to almost help her side to a point, and that's come off Dowie and behind for a Manchester City goal kick. So close, Chelsea, to having to settle for a point on Wednesday. Had Liverpool won that, they would have become the first newly promoted team to do the double over defending champions. It's given away here for Dowie to roll it home. Well, she was never going to miss that. She could not believe her luck, Tats Dowie. It's had the ball played straight into her path by a Manchester City opponent, and she just tucked it beyond Roebuck to bring Liverpool level. She provided the assist against Chelsea on Wednesday, and when this came back to her from Coombs, she simply rolled it into the back of that net. Liverpool on level terms. So close to a point against Chelsea, and on course for a point against Manchester City now. In fact, even better, putting Liverpool into the lead. A shock lead against former champions for the second time in a week. Well, it caught everyone by surprise. As Tats Dowie puts Liverpool into a 1-0 lead and a major blow to Manchester City's title hopes. I don't think anyone in Liverpool colours could believe their luck. Hasegawa rolls it across to Kasparai. Tries to find Angeldal, but it's gone behind for a Liverpool throw. Natasha Dowie's first goal in her second spell for Liverpool. A player who's had great success in so many different team jerseys over the years. Liverpool looking for a second here to extend their lead. Hasegawa to Horton. Angeldal. Or tries to thread one through to Shaw. Kearns out. And there's a shove in the back of Dowie by Horton. Free kick to Liverpool. Matt Pearce was so unhappy with his players last week. That shock 4-0 defeat at Leicester, and he demanded a response. He got it in midweek. He's getting it again here. It was a really good start by Manchester City. They were on top, but out of nowhere, Coombs' back pass straight into the path of Natasha Dowie. Morgan almost given away to Stengel, who's still on the chase. But Horton got there to knock it back to Roebuck. It's with Morgan now. Greenwood. Greenwood over the top for Shaw. Good tackle by Bonner on Shaw. And out for the City throw. Shaw just taking a bit of time here to get back on her feet. Kearns receives the return, but and actually plays it through to Stengel with almost the right weight on it, but Hasegawa gets back for the visitors. Liverpool win a throw-in by asserting a bit more pressure down this right-hand side. Koivisto takes it. Hemp wins it back off of Cairns, and it is a Liverpool throw once more. Koivisto to Stengel, back with Koivisto. Stengel is knocked over and wins Liverpool a free kick. The Reds' top scorer so far this season, Katie Stengel. 7 goals in the league, 2 of them from the penalty spots, 8 in all competitions. Hines and Holland. What a season Kerry Holland's having, a player who was in the Manchester City youth ranks before her time in the States. So often at the heart of Liverpool goals and opportunities, and almost picking out Stengel with that free kick to the far post, but a little bit too much height on it. Greenwood with the goal kick for Manchester City, who find themselves in the rare position of trailing here on a day when really nothing but 3 points will do. Stengel cuts it back and it's knocked away by Hawson. Well, Liverpool have grown in stature since taking the lead in the 16th minute. It was pretty much all City up until that point. Kirby had already made one fine save from the Coombs attempted lob, but it was Coombs' back pass which set up Dowie for the Liverpool goal. Dowie, of course, currently on loan from Reading since January. Morgan. Morgan finds Shaw this time, but once more good defending from Liverpool. Holland just about finds Hines. Inside to Roberts, who goes all the way back to Kirby. Koivisto to Nagano. Morgan wants the throw in. And it is indeed a City throw. And the full-time whistle has gone at Leigh Sports Village, where Manchester United have beaten Tottenham by 3-0. Which means if Manchester City were to lose here, the gap in the table would be 6 points. Manchester United's lead over Manchester City would be 6 points with just 2 games to play, albeit they do have to play each other in a couple of weeks. But Manchester City really needing to win here, even more than they did at kickoff, and they find themselves a goal down. Morgan. Back to Greenwood. Greenwood dinks it down the centre of the pitch, where Shaw chests it back towards Hasegawa, but Liverpool win it back with the goal scorer Dowie. Nagano couldn't keep it in, and it will be a throw into City. Leah Galton, Alessia Russo and Nikita Paris, the goal scorers for Manchester United today. in that 3-0 win over Tottenham that's just finished, the lunchtime kickoff. Kasperai, the Dutch international, threads it through to Kelly, but Matthews can just shepherd that one behind for the Liverpool goal kick. Kirby and Roberts play the 1-2. Nagano is dispossessed by Hemp. Really good play by Lauren Hemp. She's got Shaw in the middle of the box. Rolls it short instead to Angeldal. Holland cuts it out and clears it towards the halfway line where Stengel tries to bring it down but concedes the City throw-in. Kelly thought about the cross, but instead dribbles it into the area, then tries to loft it to the far post, but it's headed back by Hemp and in at the far post. Manchester City back on level terms. Lauren Hemp with the deftest of headers. For a moment it looked like she was trying to pick out a teammate, but I think she absolutely meant it. She knew where Kirby was. And as Kelly lifted that all the way across goal, Hemp just guided it over Kirby and in at the far post to give Manchester City a precious, precious equaliser as we approach the half-hour mark on an afternoon where Manchester City have to win to not allow United to stretch their lead at the top. As it stands, that goal from Hemp bringing the gap from 6 points down to 5. But City really want the extra 2 points to cut that gap to 3. And Coombs is fouled by Nagano. She tried to get away from the Japan international midfielder. She was caught late. Jane Sims giving the free kick to Manchester City. Kelly and Greenwood stand over the free kick for City, and it comes from Kelly towards the far post, and it's headed behind for a City corner. Lauren Hemp's 6th WSL goal of the season. City looking to take the lead, having got themselves back on level terms. Dowie wins the header for Liverpool, and the whistle has gone with Holland on the turf. Drop ball. Referee just wanted to check on Holland, so it will be a drop ball to the team that was in possession when she blew the whistle. And Jane Sims is explaining which team that was that she felt had possession at the time. There's clearly disagreement among the players. But she's explaining she believes it to be a drop ball to Liverpool. And she's going to drop it with Faye Kirby. Hemp wins the corner with Kavisto flying in. Decent challenge from the Finn. Signing from Brighton, the goal scorer against Chelsea on Wednesday. Kelly comes over to take the City corner. They were behind for just over 10 minutes, Manchester City, and have been on level terms now for 3. In comes the corner all the way towards the far post and headed wide by Hemp again. I think it was with the header at the far post. Kelly with the corner all the way across that goal mouth. It's 2 City players leapt. It wasn't too far away from curling all the way in from Chloe Kelly. Hasegawa for City. Horton across to Roebuck. Oh, and Kelly's latched onto this one. Kelly is through on goal, brings it back inside, lays it across the box, and it's clattered off Matthews. Kelly keeps it alive. Liverpool scramble it clear. And out for the City throw-in. What an opportunity that was for City. It's rare that they don't get every pass in a move like that correct, but the decision-making wasn't quite there on that occasion. Morgan to Kelly. Hangs it up at the far post. Headed away by Hines. And Holland picks it up and clears it towards the halfway line, but it's cut out by Kasparai. And Dowie gets back to play it off her for the Liverpool throw, which Hines will take. Angeldal wins the header and finds Shaw. Throw in to be taken by the City scorer. Hemp, in fact, she leaves it for Kasparai. He's gained a good few yards here for the throw. Angeldal comes short. Kasparai finds Shaw instead, who takes on Matthews, but Matthews gets the foot in to knock it out for a City throw. Angeldal has it now. And it's a Liverpool throw in to be taken by Hines. Shaw. Angeldal. Out towards Hemp. He's switched flanks with Kelly, as they so often do. Kasparai with the throw to Hemp. Angeldal short to Kasparai. Nagano gets across to knock it out for a City throw. 2 number 12s, Angeldal and Hines tussling, and it's out for another City throw-in, just adjacent to the corner quadrant, which Kasparai will take. Short to Hemp, back to the Dutch woman who was offside, and the flag goes up. Wasted opportunity for City, having worked their way down that touchline with a series of throws. 10 minutes plus added time till half-time. Thoroughly entertaining afternoon so far. An afternoon where the pressure is really on Manchester City following Manchester United's 3-0 win over Tottenham earlier this afternoon. City needing to win here to keep the gap at 3 points with 2 games to play. And Chelsea and Arsenal, of course, also not out of the title race yet. Chelsea with the games in hand, as do Arsenal. He would probably still make Chelsea, as things stand, despite the fact they're in 3rd place ahead of their match at home to Everton this evening. You'd make them favourites because of the games in hand. Although one of them is against Arsenal, of course. Koivisto does really well there to knock it beyond Morgan. And she still has it, Koivisto. Eventually, City win it back, and it's with Kelly. Greenwood. Across to Horton. Flicked on by Hemp towards Shaw, but Bonner read it for Liverpool. Roberts back to Kirby, whose touch is a little heavy, but she gets there. It's knocked into Shaw, though. And it's still in on that far side. Angeldal to Kelly. Nagano gets a foot in for Liverpool, and it's off Greenwood and out for a Liverpool throw. Hines with the throw in for Liverpool. Stengel. Long ball over the top for Kearns, who gives chase and almost kept it in play, but she was shepherded well by Morgan. And it's a City goal kick. Shaw tries to knock it through the middle for Hemp, but it goes all the way through to Kirby. Kearns with the header onto Dowie. Back to Kearns, who knocks it over the top for Stengel to give chase, and Dowie charges that one down out for the City goal kick. Greenwood with the ball at her feet. The medical staff checking on Gemma Bonner. Quite rightly, no chances can be taken with head injuries. She's holding the bridge of her nose. She's saying that an elbow caught her. Gemma Bonner in her second spell with Liverpool, having originally left for Manchester City ahead of the 2018-19 season. Then on to the NWSL, and after 2 seasons there, coming to Liverpool again last summer. She's had to leave the field here. She looked a little shaken, having taken that blow at the top of the nose. It's a drop ball again. So Jane Sims didn't see anything untoward in the challenge that left her on the turf. Bonner is back into the action. Kirby with the clearance. Coombs heads it back towards the Liverpool area, but the Reds win it back, and Dowie gives chase against Greenwood, who finds Roebuck, clatters it towards the halfway line and headed on by Shaw to Hemp, who knocks it over her own head and into the path of Coombs, who strides away from Koivisto and knocks it back to Morgan. Morgan's short ball to Hemp. Hemp across the 6-yard box and away. Only as far as Morgan. Short ball to Coombs. Hasegawa receives it back and finds Morgan, knocks it on to Hemp. He takes on Koivisto and tries to pick out Shaw on the penalty spot. Koivisto heads it away for a City throw-in. A good bit of pressure from the visitors in the closing stages of this first half. Coombs. Hasegawa. Angeldal onto Kelly. Kasparai gives it away to Stengel, but Kelly wins it back. And Horton picks out Shaw. Knocks it off to Morgan. Hemp. Still Lauren Hemp. Back to Morgan. Across to Hasegawa. Horton out to the right-hand side. Greenwood. Liverpool just can't win the ball back at the moment. City waiting for the right moment to pounce. Hemp. They're not going to waste a shot. They want to work it into the perfect place, but it's given away. Final minute of the half, plus added time. Dowie gives chase against Greenwood. Horton to Hasegawa. Roebuck. Almost given away again between Roebuck and Coombs. And Koivisto takes the shot from distance, but got it all wrong. It's comfortable for Roebuck. 4 minutes of added time to be played. We're into the first of those minutes. Time for either team to take a lead into the break. Koivisto tries to barrel her way through the centre. City have it back with Shaw to Hasegawa. Roberts hammers that into the Sky and drops into the crowd on that far side for a City throw, which Kasperai will take. To Angeldal. Holland wins it back for Liverpool. Great challenge by the Reds midfielder. Knocks it off to Kearns, who tries to thread it through to Dowie. Nagano with the header. Hemp will get there for City. The City break down the middle. Can Shaw get there first? She does. Shaw in space in the area and cuts it across goal and wide of the far post. So dangerous when she's in that position. The Liverpool defence did just enough to push her wide, so that even a player of her undoubted quality had the odds stacked against her in being able to drill that one in at the far post. The angle just wasn't quite on by the time she was in position for the shot. Manchester City free kick as we head into the final added minute of the half. Shaw is knocked to the turf, but there was no foul, says referee Jane Sims. And Liverpool clear it towards the halfway line, where it's picked up by Kasperai. Greenwood to Horton. Lovely deep pass from Horton to Hemp. Hasegawa to Greenwood to Angeldal. Morgan to Coombs. The 4 minutes of added time played. It's down to Jane Sims as to how much more she's going to add. And there goes the half-time whistle. What a half. What a story we had when Natasha Dowie in the centre of picture there gave Liverpool a shock lead in the 16th minute when she seized on Laura Coombs' back pass to roll it home. But the lead lasted just 12 minutes before Lauren Hemp, who has a back, flicks it up into the arms of Jane Sims, the referee. Lauren Hemp with a delightful header across goal to bring City back on level terms as they look to chase down Manchester United's 6-point lead. As things stand, the lead is 5 points. And here's what happened in the first half here at Prenton Park this afternoon. City got into their stride really quickly, the title chasers, and when Kirby gave it away, Coombs went for the lob, almost, but what a save that was by Faye Kirby on only her second WSL start. Disaster though for Manchester City when Coombs played this right into the path of Natasha Dowie to hit her first goal since rejoining the Reds on loan from Reading in January to give Liverpool the lead. Kelly's deep cross, though, 12 minutes later, headed in by Lauren Hemp for her 6th WSL goal of the season. City probably had the better of it after that. A deep, deep corner. The two City players climbing at the far post, Hemp and Horton, neither quite connected. And Khadija Shaw pushed wide by Liverpool's defence and couldn't quite bring that shot on target as it rolled out for the Liverpool goal kick. So we reach half-time with Manchester City's title challenge just being checked somewhat here. Join us again after the break at half-time at Prenton Park. It's Liverpool 1, Manchester City 1.
Oh, this is a bit bougie, but
Crazy Frog.
I had a big crush on him, but we won't talk about that.
It is true.
Make sure all the doors are locked.
Action. My first pair of football boots were Adidas Predators, the old school with the tongue wrapped round the bottom.
A silver pair of Lotto boots, and I got them when I was first enrolled in junior football when I was about 8 years old, from memory.
Adidas Predators, like the David Beckham ones.
Adidas again, I've always stuck with them. The green ones, yeah. Comfy. I'm not sure what they're called.
These Adidas.
I've currently got Nike Tiempos. Yeah, solid boot.
Nike Phantoms with the sock.
My beautiful green Adidas.
First car was a blue Corsa.
I've never really owned a car.
Citroen C2, maroon with a spoiler on the back.
Toyota Corolla, but like the pure ancient, pure banger. It was shocking, it was like purple.
A little Toyota Starlet, could barely get up a hill. I crashed that, but we won't talk about that.
I actually shared a car, family car. It was a Seat Ibiza in baby blue. Wouldn't have chosen it.
First car was a little Nissan Micra. I'm in a little Corsa at the minute.
Oh, my little Golf. I mean, it gets me from A to B, which is quite handy. It's just a cute little one. It's just like me.
My current car is a Mini Cooper.
My first memory in a cinema is like Harry Potter, and Harry Potter was terrifying.
I remember sneaking into the cinema watching Final Destination, and I was definitely not the right age to watch it.
I remember going to see Space Jam when I was a kid with my dad and my brother and sister. Michael Jordan.
First movie, maybe like Shrek or something.
I'm not a really movie goer. Probably something like James Bond, to be honest.
I think it was Minions, funny film. Yeah, with all the kids.
Jurassic World, I think.
Death on the Nile.
First country I think I visited abroad was Barcelona.
First country was France. Used to go on a family holiday, and we used to camp for about 3 weeks.
Ireland.
Spain.
Australia, but that's a bit boring. So the most memorable country I visited was Switzerland for under-17s with my national team.
Portugal with my family. Apart from Marbella with the team, Portugal again with my family. We like it there.
Oh, this is a bit bougie, but I saved up because of COVID. We went to the Maldives. Yeah.
We are just back from Marbella, so Spain.
Was home in New Zealand, which was always special.
Germany last week for a pre-season tour with Arsenal.
A Nokia 3310 where you could play Snake on it. That was my favourite game.
A tiny little Nokia.
3310, the one that you played Snake on.
I bet you guys say Nokia.
Good old Snake.
I think I just used it to text and play Snake.
My first mobile phone was a Nokia Crazy Frog background.
A Sony Ericsson, was it a Walkman? They were cool, yeah. You had like, what, 8 songs on it and it was great.
iPhone.
Classic iPhone that I've got at the moment.
iPhone is my last phone, yeah.
Now I've just got an iPhone.
iPhone.
Probably like everyone else is an iPhone.
I think I have an iPhone 12.
Adam Lambert, but I had a big crush on him and I was devastated when he didn't like girls.
First music event was Drake in Amsterdam, and I also think that was my last one.
Weirdly, my first gig would have been Westlife maybe, and my last gig was Westlife just a couple of weeks ago at Wembley. How's that? Yeah.
I feel like my first gig was Summertime Ball and my last gig was Summertime Ball. The first time I went the year I came to Arsenal, so I was 17 and we went with the Arsenal Academy.
I went a festival, Afro Nation, loads of artists, Chris Brown. Yeah, I like a festival.
A Kiwi band from home called 660, and if you haven't heard of them, look them up, they're great.
Summertime, Capital Summertime Ball.
My girlfriend.
My boyfriend at home.
My teammate Rachel Laws.
My fiance Marcus. First thing I do, get up, brush my teeth.
Feed the dog.
I play Wordle.
Pick up my phone. It's not good, but it is true.
Put in my eyeballs because I'm blind.
Brush my teeth, straight away. Brush my teeth.
Take out my eyeballs.
Read my Kindle. Have you read The Beekeeper of Aleppo? Recommend.
Make sure all the doors are locked.
Probably call my parents or my girlfriend, something like that.
My first fear is hospitals. My theory is that I wasn't born in one, and that's why I'm terrified of them.
Probably spiders, to be honest.
Probably spiders.
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 Take my shoes off at the door.
Take a nap.
Hopefully phone Katie and she'll make me a nice coffee for me arriving in, and I'll just get in and put my feet up. Hopefully my cat's there and I'll pet my cat for a bit, and that's about it.
Is it feel or look?
I think I'd rather look like a potato because it's an upgrade on this. So a potato with a smiley face.
I'd have to say feel. I don't think potatoes are particularly attractive.
I'd rather feel like a potato.
Feel like a potato, because they're solid, innit?
I'd rather feel like a potato than look like one.
Does it matter if the potato's cooked or not?
Chip.
Is that a potato?
I'd rather feel solid than look like a fat potato head.
Flying, 100%.
To fly. To fly. Because traffic is a female dog. Can I say that?
I wouldn't necessarily call this a superpower, but I'd just like to be a bit taller. If it's a superpower to be stretched, I'd take that.
Is singing a superpower?
To remove all bullies from the world because I believe in kindness.
To be invincible.
The ability to just transport myself from one place to another at the click of a finger.
Invincible? Invisible? Invisible? Invisible, no one can beat you. No, invisible, sorry, change that. You can cut that now. To be invisible.
Sam Kerr, 100%, because I'd want to do a backflip.
No one. I'm here to do a job. I'm destined for this. It is what it is.
I'd want to be in Harry Potter, so any of the cast from Harry Potter, really.
I'm going to see Lady Gaga. Lindsay Lohan because she's ginger. Simple.
Oh, Kerry Washington. Yeah.
I'd probably get Kate Longhurst to do it, actually, and she'd make me funnier than what I am, so I take that.
Cameron Diaz. Because somebody said I look like her before, I take that.
I'd have to pick Sam again, just because we're on the same, we have similar characters and she's got just as much as energy as me.
Emma Watson, because I'm so well-spoken, like her. Basically, she's similar age to me. I'd have her play my life. I'm sure she could play a bit of football. Ducks are actually quite vicious, you know.
A duck-sized rhino? Yeah. Oh God, that'd be quite scary, a rhino-sized duck. The mouth would be huge. A massive duck, yeah.
Who would fight the bigger animal? I'd have a duck-sized rhino, because if it's any bigger than me, I've got no chance.
Dance. Calvin Harris.
100% house music.
House music. Scouse house music. It's different.
Dancehall reggae.
A bit of old school Chris Brown. That's a bit of me, yeah.
I actually love musicals, so I wouldn't DJ them, but a little party, sing-along sort of thing to it.
Mine would be slow, like, yeah, I have probably the worst, like, pre-match music ever.
DJ Duggan in the mix.
Drizzy.
DJ Balla.
DJ Slow.
England, European champions! So here we go then. It's Russo, just shot a sign of the togetherness. Bending beautifully. In. Packed full of world-class international talent. But Red Devils. Let me. They've turned the game on its head. It was so Sam Kerr. And it is. Have some of that.
The fluorescent colours.
Sam Kerr.
I'd say Panilla.
Because she's in the box most of the time.
I'd say Lauren James. If she gets a butt in the box, then I reckon she's got, I don't know anyone that's got a better left foot, right foot, and she can head if she decides to.
Magda Eriksson.
Magda, again.
She's so tactical. Always like thinking about everything.
Maybe Magda, but also Z, I feel like she's quite, likes to be quite into her tactics and talkative, so she might be up there.
Probably Lauren James, like we collab with her brother.
Maybe Magda and Panilla together, because they do quite a few things together.
I'd also go Z. I've seen her do quite a few like videos of her own cooking stuff, or just, she does some weird and wonderful things, I think Z does, and she seems to be quite confident in front of a camera, so she she might be up there.
You know what, I'm going to go out there and say left field and say Ev Perisic, silent assassin.
I don't know, maybe Ev, the little silent assassin. That's not a bad shout from Erin.
I think Anne. Anne does quite a lot of boxing. She's definitely not off the pitch you'd expect her to be, but she can throw a good punch.
Being honest, Katerina Svitkova, a lot of colours. And everyone says I'm a lot of colours, but there's a lot of bright pinks and bright yellows and bright blues going on. And everybody's going to say me, but I'm going to say Katerina.
Erin's just put a good one up there, but my instinct says Erin. And she has the confidence to pull it off. It's just out there stuff like metallic silver was recently. But like she does, like, I could not wear that. So good on her.
It used to be Erin, but I think Kachi's taken the crown this year. Very colourful, exotic colours, matching sets, which I'm not personally against, but it's the fluorescent colours for me.
You know, it's funny, we never actually run 100 metres, so it's hard to tell who would actually last that long, but who just wouldn't die.
100 metre sprint, I'd probably say Sam. She's very good over a long distance.
I'd say Jess would be up there.
I'd go back myself. I'd say myself, maybe Sam as well, yeah. Not sure if I'd maybe down the last 10 metres, so maybe the two of us would battle it out up until then.
Jess or Sam?
Probably, I'm going to say Katerina Svitkova. Again, she's got like her little celebration that she does. I like to just jump on people, so she needs to do her little celebration.
You know, Guru actually celebrates her goals like more than anyone else. Like in training, Guru celebrates her goals a lot on her own, so I do think she'll do it with a team, but she likes to celebrate her own goals. So maybe Guru.
Maybe Nivi initially with a one-hand fist pump that she likes to do, so maybe Nymph.
Welcome back to Prenton Park, where we're about to kick off the second half of this Barclays Women's Super League fixture between Liverpool and Manchester City. The score's tied at 1-1 at the break. Liverpool dealing something of a blow to Manchester City's title hopes at the moment. As things stand right now, if City were to finish with a point that they have in their possession in this game so far at 1-1, they would be 5 points behind the leaders, Manchester United, who beat Tottenham 3-0 earlier this afternoon. It would also open the doors for Chelsea to move above them later tonight. Chelsea, who have played 17 games, they are taking on Everton at home in a 6:45 kickoff. So if Man City only draw this one and Chelsea win, Chelsea would move a point above Manchester City, and Chelsea would be 4 points behind Manchester United themselves, with 2 games in hand come the end of their match against Everton. It was Natasha Dowie, who's about to kick us off, who gave Liverpool a surprise lead in the 16th minute when she seized on Laura Coombs' back pass to knock it beyond Ellie Roebuck. Her first goal since joining from Reading on loan in January. Her second spell with Liverpool, of course, and her 20th WSL goal for Liverpool in her career. She was the WSL Golden Boot winner with 13 goals back in that title-winning campaign of 2013. Natasha Dowie also a part of the title-winning squad under Matt Beard the following year for Liverpool in 2014. But it was Lauren Hemp with her 6th WSL goal of the season who brought Manchester City level with a header in the 28th minute. Chloe Kelly setting it up for Kelly. That was a 9th WSL assist of the season, and only once has a City player weighed in with more in an entire campaign, and that was Kelly with 11. Here is Hemp with the cross towards Shaw, who is the leading WSL goal scorer of the season with 18. And she also set a record earlier this season, the first Manchester City women's player to get 25 in all competitions, doing that when she scored against Brighton. She's since moved on to 29. Khadija Shaw. No changes at the break. Kerry Holland for Liverpool knocks it over the top, headed on by Kearns into the path of Koivisto, brings it back to Kearns, he's got space for the shot and rolls it home. What a finish by Missy Bo Kearns in the 2nd minute of the half. Liverpool have the lead for the 2nd time this afternoon. They've shocked Manchester City again. A real daisy cutter of a finish from Missy Bo Kearns. Beautiful pass from Holland. Kearns flicked it on to Koivisto, who pulled it back. Kearns brought it under control with the left and then prodded it home with the right. And Liverpool are in front again. And once more, Manchester City's title challenge is rocked. If they're going to take all 3 points this afternoon, Gareth Taylor's side are going to have to do it the hard way. Kearns' 4th WSL goal of the season. Only Katie Stengel with 7 has got more for the Reds this campaign. It was the sort of flowing move we're accustomed to seeing from Manchester City. Matt Beard will be delighted in the Liverpool dugout with the way that Liverpool created and took that chance through Kearns. I was mentioning no changes at the break. There were 2 to the starting lineup this afternoon, with Fukunagano returning from injury in the heart of midfield. Katie Stengel, who was left on the bench or left out of the starting lineup the other night, came and started this match in place of Shanice van der Sanden, who is about to come on, and she is replacing the Euro 2017 winner with the Netherlands, Shanice van der Sanden. She is coming on for Liverpool's first goal scorer this afternoon, Natasha Dowie. So having worked themselves into the lead for the 2nd time this afternoon, in the opening seconds of this half, Matt Beard has decided to make his first change, and Natasha Dowie is replaced by Shanice van der Sanden. Nagano to Roberts. Cairns. Has she won her sided corner? No, it's a Manchester City goal kick. So the Liverpool lineup, Faye Kirby in goal, having made a splendid WSL debut against Chelsea on Wednesday. Emma Koivisto, Gemma Bonner, Rhiannon Roberts, Yaz Matthews and Taylor Hines across the back line. Missy Bo Kearns, Fuka Nagano, Kerry Holland in midfield. Katie Stengel and Shanice van der Sanden has just come on for Natasha Dowie, who started and scored this afternoon. Manchester City took to the field unchanged from the 4-1 win over Reading. They've not made any changes at the break. Ellie Roebuck in goal, Kirsten Kasperai, Steph Horton the captain, Alex Greenwood and Esme Morgan, the back four. Yui Hasegawa and Philippa Angeldal, the holding midfielders. Ahead of them, Chloe Kelly, Laura Coombs and Lauren Hemp, who got City's equaliser in the 28th minute. And Khadija Shaw, the WSL's top scorer, 18 goals so far in the league this season. How City could do with another one, at least another one from her this afternoon. Here's Kearns trying to wriggle her way through for Liverpool, but it's given away. City tried to build down the left with Shaw. Shaw getting into her stride. Steel Bunny Shaw. Coombs is in the centre of the box now. Shaw has to roll it short to Angeldal. The Swede knocks it out to Kelly, hangs it up at the back post, and Shaw was trying to get in there, but Liverpool's defence holds firm and Kearns clears it to van der Sanden. Stengel takes it beyond Kasperai, does really well to pick out van der Sanden. Van der Sanden, can she get the shot away? She does. What a save by Roebuck. A fine save by the England squad member. And van der Sanden trying to get those Reds fans going behind the goal. What a lovely threaded pass by Stengel. Van der Sanden's first touch was perfect. Her second, good too. And the shot just didn't have enough on it to beat Roebuck. It was a decent effort though from van der Sanden. And a really fine low save from Ellie Roebuck. Liverpool with a corner. And looking good to try and build on this lead, this shock lead at Prenton Park. Hung up towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Roberts heads it on. City clear. And we've got players forward here. Well, Liverpool do well to win it back. Nagano tries to knock one over the top. Holland gives chase. Greenwood gets there for City. But Liverpool come again with Koivisto. It's gone out of play on that far side. Well, what a strange week this has been for Liverpool. Last Saturday, losing 4-0 to the team that was bottom of the table at kickoff in that game, Leicester City. Then on Wednesday, having to travel to the champions and title chasers Chelsea. They took a second-minute lead, the Reds, through Emma Koivisto. It's been kept in here, almost finds Stengel. They took a second-minute lead in that match. They were 4 minutes away plus added time from a point. They lost 2-1. And this afternoon, for the second time, they are trailing. Manchester City are trailing because for the second time this afternoon, Liverpool are leading another title challenger, Manchester City. The City haven't played badly this afternoon. This has been a really good performance by Liverpool. Van der Sanden has Stengel in the middle. Greenwood knocks it behind. It was a terrible mistake from Coombs for the Liverpool opener, but on the whole, City have played pretty well. Liverpool, though, have worked so hard and took the lead for the second time with a goal of the highest quality. Great build-up play and a magnificent finish from Kearns. Another corner for the hosts. 10 minutes into this second half. Hung up towards the back post where Roberts leaps with Kasperai, who gets a head on it for City. Hines to Kearns, back to Hines. City win it back and look to break. Coombs loses out to Nagano, wins it back to Coombs and knocks it back to Morgan, who finds Greenwood. Stengel puts her under pressure. She keeps cool though and finds Hasegawa, who goes back to Roebuck. Wharton brings it into the Liverpool half and tries to knock it over the top, but Liverpool win it back. Stengel. Kearns in the centre circle. Just about managed to get a touch on it back to Holland, who knocks it over the top for Koivisto. Van der Sanden is lurking on the penalty spots. If Koivisto can pick her out. In comes the cross and it's gone off the far post. Well, it beat Roebuck and almost snuck in at the far post. Deflected back into play and City clear. Having come a whisker from going 3-1 behind, they can breathe a sigh of relief. Just hung this up at the back post. I don't know if she meant it or not. Stengel and Van der Sanden were lurking, but it almost went all the way in from Koivisto and struck that far upright. City so close to going 3-1 down in the game. They really have to win. Manchester United, the leaders, beat Tottenham 3-0 earlier today. If City lose this, they're going to be 6 points behind with 2 games to play and a hugely inferior goal difference, but they do still have to play Manchester United in 2 weeks' time away from home. That's their next fixture for Manchester City. No games next week because it's the Women's FA Cup final between Manchester United and Chelsea. But when City return to league action in a fortnight, they will be away to Manchester United. And as things stand right now, they are going to have to win that match to take the title race to the final weekend. Free kick goes all the way into Roebuck's hands. They are home to Everton on the final weekend, while Manchester City Chelsea, who are currently 7 points behind Manchester United with 5 games to play. And they play the first of those tonight at home to Everton. 6:45 kickoff. Hasegawa wins this back for City from Kearns. Arsenal still in the title race too. They beat Leicester 1-0 on Friday night. They've got 4 games to play and they are 9 points behind Manchester United. Foul by Koivisto on Angeldal. Boos from the home fans, who have had plenty to cheer about as we approach the hour mark. They beat Chelsea here on the opening weekend. They're looking for another famous win against former WSL champions on their home turf, are Liverpool this afternoon. Kelly. And Angeldal wins the throw-in. Kasparai's got that back pass terribly wrong, and it's a gift of a corner to Liverpool. Kasparai's back pass gave Roebuck absolutely no chance, and it was a back pass from Coombs which gifted Liverpool their first of the afternoon. Is it going to be another misplaced back pass that's going to give Liverpool the chance for a third goal? Gareth Taylor thinking about making the changes, or at least one change. Substitute being readied. Nagano for Liverpool. Roberts. City have survived the corner, but it's been given away, and Hines goes back to Koivisto. Liverpool so far keeping up this strange record of having scored even no goals or exactly 2 goals in each of their last 10 home matches in the WSL. That could be extended to 11th unless they score another this afternoon. So they seem to either fail to score or score exactly 2, and City's substitution being made here, a double substitution. Angeldal is leaving the pitch, and so is Kasparai. And on comes Dana Castellanos and Hayley Rasso. Dana Castellanos, the number 10, the Venezuela international, and Hayley Rasso, the Australia international, the number 13. Once played on the blue half of Merseyside with Everton. Part of that team that played against Manchester City in the 2020 COVID-delayed FA Cup final at Wembley behind closed doors. City won that afternoon, 3-1 after extra time. So attacking changes for Gareth Taylor and Manchester City, understandably, with half an hour to play. Stengel trying to pounce on that one. Kirby with the clearance. Morgan gets back for City under a bit of pressure from Van der Sanden. Rasso, the City substitute, tries to pick out Shaw. Will it drop here to Kelly? It does. Kelly works for him for the shot, but it flicks up off Roberts, and Kirby can drop on it. Decent defending from Liverpool. Got 3 players back to crowd out Chloe Kelly. I think Yaz Matthews might have had a contact lens knocked out, or perhaps just caught a blow in. It is a contact lens problem. All sorted. And a drop ball into the arms of Kirby. Rasso back to Hasegawa. Hemp gets there for City, but it's too much, too heavy a touch and behind for a Liverpool goal kick. 25 minutes plus added time to play. City trailing. A shock result so far at Prenton Park. A result which would leave City 6 points behind leaders Manchester United with just 2 games to play. Given away to Rasso, but Liverpool mop up the trouble. Manchester United's goal difference currently 17 superior to Manchester City's. Morgan finds Shaw. Shaw rolls it back to Coombs, and the shot is whistled wide of the far post. Decent build-up play from City. Shaw did really well to pick out Coombs, who teed it off to Horton, whose shot was just a yard wide of the upright. Kirby's down, asking for a bit of treatment. So often we see in modern football, certainly in the WSL these days, goalkeepers going down, sometimes legitimately, sometimes just for the chance for a team talk. This one looking pretty legitimate, I have to say. There has been a tactic which seems to be employed, and goalkeepers don't need to leave the pitch, of course, for treatments, because that would leave a team severely exposed. So teams have been known to take advantage of that law. Managers get the opportunity to just make a tactical tweak or hand some instructions to their players. Bonner and Matthews certainly deep in discussion. Kirby climbing back to her feet. Stengel heads it on to Van der Sanden, who's done really well to win the ball. Van der Sanden, can she get the shot away? And Roebuck read it really well, got a touch on the ball and went down clutching her midriff. She had to time that absolutely perfectly, did Roebuck, not to give away the penalty. Van der Sanden is appealing that she was caught. Jane Sims disagrees. Well, Stengel did really well with the header, and Van der Sanden got the better of Horton. Coombs was getting back, Greenwood was getting back, and Roebuck got firm palms to the ball. You can see from the replay, no chance that was a penalty. Van der Sanden may well have been caught in the aftermath, but Roebuck got to the ball first. She's been hurt in the process. And that was brilliant goalkeeping by Ellie Roebuck to stop the afternoon taking another perhaps lethal twist as regards City's title challenge. They really need to win this game, not just draw it. And they are 2-1 down, close to going 3-1 down there, but for alert goalkeeping from Ellie Roebuck. Liverpool have only beaten City 3 times in the previous 13 WSL meetings. Obviously, they've played each other frequently, given their long history in the top flight. City with 8 wins, 2 draws, and Liverpool with 3 wins, looking for a 4th this afternoon. Gareth Taylor perhaps pondering another change. Certainly has his critics, Gareth Taylor, and did at the start of the season when City were having to rebuild. They lost Lucy Bronze, Kira Walsh to Barcelona, Georgia Stanway to Bayern Munich. Ellen White retired. Jill Scott was still on the books, having had loan spells at Everton and Villa. She retired. But they've really been in their stride in recent weeks. Not so far this afternoon, though. Ellie Roebuck still receiving treatment. There's going to be a fair bit of added time at the end of this match. Been down for 3 or 4 minutes now. Certainly no doubting the legitimacy of this treatment for the goalkeeper. She was ever so alert to come off her line, close down Van der Sanden, get both hands to the ball. She was caught by Van der Sanden in the process. Well, they rather connected with each other. No one to blame for it. Both going for the ball. Rightly no penalty given, and we are back underway. Ellie Roebuck is, well, she's carried the ball outside her area there because it was a drop ball and she's carried it out of the box, so it has to be a yellow card and a free kick to Liverpool. Well, she'd been down receiving treatment for a long time. You possibly can't blame her for not quite having her wits about her, but this could be another careless mistake which could cost City. The first one of the afternoon, Laura Coombs' back pass, cost them dearly. It gifted Tats Dowie the chance to score, and she took it. The second, Catsbro's back pass a few moments ago, they got away with it, gave a corner away. Nothing came of it. But now Ellie Roebuck has wandered outside her own box carrying the ball. And it is a needless free kick to concede. And it could be another hammer blow in their title push. Can Liverpool make this count? Hines and Holland and Kearns standing over the ball. In comes the shot, it's into the wall. City survive, but the rebound is knocked back into the area. City do survive, but it is picked up by Matthews, who tries to pick out Stengel all the way through to Roebuck. Coombs. Liverpool build again. Kearns tries to knock it out to that right-hand side. Van der Sanden can't get it beyond the City midfield, and it's with Rasso. Back to Morgan. Never mind the title. If City were to lose here, Manchester United would be just a point away from guaranteeing finishing above their Manchester rivals. Castellanos feeds it off to Morgan, who finds Rasso. And Hines with the perfectly timed challenge. Taylor Hines, the Liverpool captain. Did she twist her knee as she went down there? Well, hopefully she's going to be okay. Maybe not as bad as it first looks. It was a last-ditch challenge, and you just worried whether that left ankle or left knee as she slid. But she's back on her feet, thankfully. Seen so many serious knee injuries rock the women's game in its recent and distant past. Luckily not another one there. Kelly with the corner towards the edge of the area and headed over the bar by Greenwood. And it is another Liverpool change. Miri Taylor coming on. Van der Sanden sprints across to take some words of guidance from Bird, and Kearns, the Liverpool most recent of their two goal scorers, Missy Bo Kearns, departs to a standing ovation. Born and bred Scouser. And on comes Miri Taylor. Miri Taylor, of course, a Arsenal youth player. Arrived in January from the NWSL side Angel City. Also played a couple of times in the WSL for Chelsea back in 2016. Hemp for City. Liverpool free kick. Bonner ushers Kirby out of goal to take it. Well, Liverpool probably have little more to play for them. A battle between finishing 7th or 8th with West Ham. And I think a yellow card might have been shown to someone in the City dugout. May have been to a member of Gareth Taylor's coaching staff, who was booked a member of Gareth Taylor's backroom staff. Was showing a yellow card, we believe, for something said. Hasegawa. Time running out for City. They really need to win this game. They are trailing 2-1 as we approach the final 10. Van der Sanden knocks it through to Stengel, who takes it beyond Hasegawa, checks back and tries to find Miri Taylor, but it's given away. Kelly for City, has Shaw ahead of her, goes in alone, feeds it off to Rasso, back to Kelly. Wayward pass, you don't often see that from Chloe Kelly. City just beginning to show signs they're rattled. It's becoming a bit more desperate. Time is against them. They certainly have the calibre to turn this game completely on its head in the final 10 minutes. But the nerves might just begin to take a toll. We are at a stage of the season where there is no margin for error. The difference between 3 points and 0 here is hard to overstate. If they win this game, they're firmly still in the title race. If they lose it, you'd have to say it looks hugely unlikely. Koivisto with a deep cross, plucked out the air by Roebuck. They would be 6 points behind Manchester United, the leaders, with 2 games to play and with an inferior goal, a hugely inferior goal difference. And of course, Chelsea and Arsenal are still in the title battle themselves. Win this game, and given that they still have that match away to United in 2 weeks' time to play, they still have every chance. Chelsea do still have Arsenal to face, so someone, or perhaps both, will have to drop points there. Kelly trying to charge beyond 3 Liverpool players for City. They still have the ball, do the visitors. Rasso. Liverpool defending resolutely in these closing stages. They've worked so hard this afternoon. They lead for the second time. City hit back within 12 minutes of the opener, but they've been trailing since the 47th minute, the 2nd minute of this half. Deep cross. It will drop to Castellanos. Castellanos knocks it towards the near post, and that's easy for Kirby, who's in no hurry to climb to her feet and get play back underway. It will rival that opening day win over Chelsea as their best result of the season. The season when Liverpool have marked their return to the top flight. Some really promising performances at times. Not every week, not week in, week out. The consistency hasn't been there, but it was always going to be a transitional campaign. And on numerous occasions, they have acquitted themselves really well against some of the best teams in the land. They're doing it again this afternoon. But City, of course, have not given up the ghost. Rasso can't get it beyond Hines, but City do have a corner. 6.5 minutes plus added time. 6.5 minutes plus added time to keep their title challenge alive. This will be an almost fatal blow. Kelly with the corner, deep towards the far post. Still alive, Shaw tries to bring it under control. It drops to Rasso, who was looking for Horton. City throw, which Horton takes quickly to Greenwood. Greenwood with the return to Horton. Back to Kelly. Kelly looks for room for the shot. It's blocked before it left her foot barely by Hines. He finds Stengel. Coombs picks it up under pressure from Van der Sanden. Morgan strides forward, but Miri Taylor ushers her back. City come again. Taylor gets a block in. Koivisto tries to usher Hemp wide. Hemp does really well to get the cross in, but again, a Liverpool head is there to prevent it finding Shaw. Castellanos. Rasso into the path of Morgan. Again tries to pick out Shaw at that far post. A volleyed effort off the underside of the bar. Was it over the line? City claiming that it was. And what does Jane Sims say? Well, the flag is up, I think. No, it's going to be a corner. It's a corner. Liverpool have survived a real scare. A shot off the underside of the bar from Hemp. Lovely sliced volley. Shaw with the header. Kelly with a deep cross back to Shaw. Shaw looking for room for the shot. Again, Kerry Holland gets the foot in. Liverpool can break with Van der Sanden. Well, what a moment that was. Hemp's shot off the underside of the bar. Not over the line, say the officials. Van der Sanden finds Stengel. Coombs tries to force her behind. And Coombs does really well to win it back for City. Of course, no VAR, no goal line technology even in the WSL. So very hard to know. The officials only get one look at it. And they couldn't say for sure that the whole of the ball was over the whole of the line. But we can take another look. Morgan into the area, headed away. And what an effort it was from Hemp. Crashes off the bar. Well, from that replay, it looks to me like there could have been a very good case for City to say that was a goal. It's so hard to see in real time. And of course, the officials can't just take a guess at it. If they don't know the whole of the ball is behind the whole of the line, they cannot give it. And it would be almost impossible in real time to make that adjudication. I've seen it more times than the officials. I can't say for sure, but it did look that perhaps like the ball was all the way over. The appeals weren't of the highest volume from the City players, it has to be said. Fair play to them for not haranguing and harassing the officials, given what's at stake. Rasso to Kelly. Less than 2.5 minutes plus added time to play. City's title bid on the line this afternoon. Morgan. They would take a point right now with City. I think they really need all three. United currently 6 points clear at the top of the table with just 2 games to play after today. The teams do meet. United at home to City in a fortnight's time. City looking for an equaliser. Kelly is pushed over by Holland. No foul, says referee Jane Sims. Van der Sanden tries to get there ahead of Hasegawa. She does. Is she going to go to the corner and eke away a few more valuable seconds? She is. But Hasegawa wins it back for City. Time really against them now. Morgan. Castellanos. Back to Morgan. Lovely ball through to Hemp. Knocks it off to the right-hand side, and it's back now with Morgan. Rasso threads it through to Kelly, who tries to get the cross in. Really good defending by Yaz Matthews. and it's out for a City corner in the final minute of the 90. There will be a fair bit of added time, not least for the injury to Roebuck. Thankfully, she was okay to continue, having got caught when making that save from Van der Sanden. Kelly with the corner, hangs it up towards the edge of the area, headed back in. Shaw gets her head to it. It's still alive. Morgan swivels and wide of the uprights. What a chance for Esme Morgan. Well, it was Roberts with a header. It drops to Morgan, and Liverpool making their final change. As on comes the young Denmark international Sophie Lundgaard. She's going to get injury time to try and make an impression here. Replacing Katie Stengel, Liverpool's top scorer. There is going to be 9 minutes of added time. That's not just time for an equaliser. City could still turn this game completely on its head. Katie Stengel leaves the field, and Sophie Lundgaard enters the fray for 9 minutes of added time. The 20-year-old January signing from Fortuna Hjørring. Denmark under 19. She has been on the fringes of the senior squad. I've been taking a look at her. Nine minutes of added time. We've already played a minute, but that was taken up by the substitution largely, so you'd expect even more to be added. 9 minutes for City to try and save their title bid. 9 minutes for Liverpool, promoted at the start of this season, to show once again that they believe they have a future among the elite. They've already beaten Chelsea on their own patch. They're close now to beating Manchester City. No free kick, says referee Jane Sims. And how costly might that Lauren Hemp shot off the bar? We don't know for sure whether it was in. There's no goal line technology though, and that is something that I'm sure many WSL managers would like to see, many WSL fans would like to see introduced. Never mind VAR. Morgan out to Rasso with the cross, and it's clutched out the air by Kirby, who's had another decent afternoon between the sticks. Player of the match on her WSL debut in the 2-1 defeat to Chelsea on Wednesday. And beaten just once so far this afternoon in what is close now to being a famous Liverpool win. Not just as what it means to them, but also what it means to the title race, the 4-team title race. And it won't be over even if City lose here today, but the odds will be firmly stacked against them. Hasegawa. Hasegawa has it again, brings it forward, knocks it out to Rasso on the right-hand side. Back to Hasegawa, knocks it on to Greenwood. Hemp tries to hang the cross, and it comes off Koivisto and out for the corner, which Hemp hurries to take. But of course, Kelly is the regular taker and says, hold on. And Chloe Kelly heads out to take it. Morgan is standing right on Kirby, the keeper. Crowded area, it's in and headed away off a Liverpool head. Rasso picks it up, knocks it back to Hasegawa. Coombs with the cross in, Shaw brings it down and gets the volley in, but again a Liverpool foot is there. They have defended so well this afternoon. Kelly pings it into the area. Once more headed down, and Rasso hurries the shots and gets it wrong, and Roberts clears it. Deep cross, and Kirby's there. 4.5 minutes of added time, maybe a bit extra still to play. Time firmly against Manchester City's title bid. Manchester United fans will be watching this with interest. A fair few of their players too, perhaps. Their 3-0 win against Tottenham earlier today, extending their lead at the top of the table. Many would have expected City to hit right back and cut that lead immediately from 6 to 3 points again. But as it is, it's staying at a 6-point lead for Manchester United. Chelsea, too, will take heart from this result. They could go second now with a win at home to Everton this evening, and still with games in hand. They have, in fact, 5 games still to play, do Chelsea, so they'll have 3 games in hand going into that game against Everton on both City and United. Goal kick taken quickly by Roebuck. Just over 3 minutes of added time to play. 9 minutes was shown on the board. A large chunk of that for an injury to Ellie Roebuck. She was fine to continue in the end, but she was caught accidentally by Van der Sanden in a one-on-one when Roebuck did really well to prevent what could have been Liverpool's 3rd goal of the afternoon. Deep cross towards the far post, but it doesn't pick out a blue shirt. And it drops behind for a Liverpool goal kick. Well, when Liverpool took the lead in the 16th minute for the first time through Natasha Dowie, and City making another change as on comes Leila Wahabi for Lauren Hemp. Wahabi, the Spain international. With around 2 minutes to try and help her team rescue something here. As I was saying, when Liverpool took the lead, there was so much of the game still to play that you would still have made City favourites at that point to go on and win. Certainly when they equalised through Lauren Hemp just shy of the half-hour mark, but it was Liverpool who took the lead again just inside this second half. Just over a minute played when Missy Bo-Kearns put them ahead again. But again, with a whole half to play, you fancied City with what is at stake for them. And with so much time that they could still go on and win it. But here we are now in the final of 9 added minutes, and Liverpool still lead. Oh, and Kelly fails to bring it under control. She apologises to her teammate. 30 seconds to play, plus maybe a little more to be added by Jane Sims for the substitutions that have taken place during this 9 added minutes. Hines with the throw-in. Shaw plays it on to Kelly, who stayed onside. The key assist maker for City all season, Chloe Kelly, but she can't beat the Liverpool defence with that cross. The 9 added minutes have been played. It's now what is at Jane Sims' discretion. Morgan hangs the cross up at the far post. It's headed away. Wahhabi picks it up. Greenwood has to get this in quickly, but she can't beat Holland, and it drops to Taylor. Hines just wants to get distance on it, and she does, all the way back to Roebuck. Morgan, long ball forward. Shaw gives chase. Bonner puts her under pressure, and Shaw can't keep it in. 9 minutes were showing, 10 have been played. 100 minutes at Prenton Park. 100 minutes in which City have failed to cut that 6-point lead that Manchester United now have. And there's just seconds to play now at Prenton Park. Holland heads it on. It's clattered back towards the Liverpool area. Roberts gets a foot on it. Horse picks it up. Nagano gets a foot in for Liverpool to cheers from the home fans. Wahhabi takes it quickly to Horton. Coombs turns. And the final whistle goes. What a result for Liverpool. What a result for Manchester United. They are the big winners this afternoon. Gareth Taylor's Manchester City's title push takes a huge blow because they find themselves 6 points behind the leaders with just 2 games to play. Yes, they do still visit Manchester United in their next game, in fact, in City's next game, away to Manchester United in a fortnight. But they are now 6 points behind the leaders with an inferior goal difference. And of course, Chelsea and Arsenal will also benefit from this result. Chelsea will kick off against Everton this evening with 3 games in hand. They are just 2 points behind City. They are 7 points behind the leaders, Manchester United. Arsenal, they beat Leicester 1-0 on Friday night. They played 18, so they have 2 games in hand on City and United. They are now 3 points behind Manchester City and 9 behind Manchester United. Liverpool said they were not on the beach after that 4-0 defeat to Leicester a week ago. They have proved it with a sterling performance in a 2-1 defeat to Chelsea in midweek, and with a famous win this afternoon against Manchester City. And we can have a look at the best moments from an enthralling afternoon at Prenton Park. Very early on, this clearance from Faye Kirby gave Coombs the chance to go for the long-range lob, but Kirby recovered to palm it over the bar. It was actually a Coombs mistake that played in Natasha Dowie for her first goal since re-signing for Liverpool to give them the lead in the 16th minute. City were level inside 12 minutes. A brilliant cross from Kelly, her 8th assist of the season, her 9th assist in fact, headed home by Lauren Hemp for her 6th WSL goal of the campaign. But in the 2nd minute of the second half, Kearns headed on Holland's pass to Koivisto, who pulled it back to Kearns, and what about this for a finish from Missy Bo Kearns to give Liverpool the lead for the 2nd time in the 47th minute. Stengel's delightful ball through to the substitute Van der Sanden, as she forced a fine save out of Ellie Roebuck. Koivisto's cross striking the woodwork, whether it was a cross or a shot, only she will know. So close to 3-1. And Morgan's cross headed on to Hemp with the volley off the underside of the bar. Did it cross the line or not? We cannot say for sure. Nothing given. There were some appeals from the City players, but the corner was given. The Chloe Kelly corner, which almost dropped to Shaw. Morgan swiveled and wide of the target. And try as they might, City just could not find that equaliser, and they end the day 6 points now adrift of leaders Manchester United, who beat Tottenham 3-0 earlier today. Those two teams still have 2 games to play. They meet when City next play in a fortnight's time. Manchester United have the FA Cup final before then against Chelsea at Wembley next weekend. Chelsea and Arsenal still very much in the title hunt too, but a huge blow received by Manchester City in their title bid this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. It has finished at Prenton Park. Liverpool 2, Manchester City 1.